All right, welcome back. We're still talking with the parish president of Terrebonne Parish. We're going to get to the bicentennial celebration on the latter part of this segment. But, Mr. Parish President, let's talk about, I know we're not over Ida yet, but before we're going to blink, we're going to have another hurricane season. We have a lot of projects going on. I know you talked about Bayou Shane, Elliott Jones, Bayou Kane, different things you have going on. Can you bring us up to speed on a little of that?
Yeah, Martin. Bayou Shane, which is a 400-foot gate that was for $80 million, and we've been working on for 8 years. I want to thank Brett Lane along with Jerome Zarang and Tanner McGee and the rest of the delegation. That was yesterday's picture. Well, that's Saturday's picture of it moving out of Bollinger Shipyard. That's a 400-foot gate. That's 100 foot longer than a football field. It's going out to Bayou Shane. That will stop our backwater flooding into the intercoastal, into Gibson, Chacahoola, Bob Black, Bayou Buff, etc. throughout Terrebonne Parish. We will pay for 40.8% of the operations and maintenance of that, which is really not a lot. It's between us and the levee board. It's about $300,000 a year. And as you can see, Bayou Shane is something we worked on for 8 years. This will stop the backwater flooding from, as we've talked before, the Chaffalaa, when they're releasing water off the Mississippi River, goes at such a heavy cubic foot per second, it does a 180 and comes back up through Bayou Shane, and it floods us, And also this gate, as well as hurricane.
I remember when we filmed it in the past when they had the temporary barge and Bill Hidalgo and all of y'all were up there, held back about 39 inches.
That's right. And we used to put a temporary barge at $7 million a year. $7 million when we put it. This is Bayou Tabor. This is going back towards Terrebonne.
So all the eagles hang out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. The Bayou Shane, the middle of Bayou Shane is St. Mary and Terrebonne line. And this is all Terrebonne you see in here. This, unless you go back there, you'll never see this. This is in the middle of the swamps. The inner coast is to the north of this, and that is to help the backwater flooding from coming around and flooding the inner coastal, which floods Terrebonne.
That's incredible shots because most people don't get to go up on a drone level and see that, but that's where the tax monies are going. That's good stuff.
$80 million, and thanks to CPRA and Governor John Bell Edwards, and like I said, we started it 8 years ago, and Brett really kind of took hold of it. That kind of became his pet peeve, and with the help of Tanner and Jerome Zarang and the rest of the delegation, they made it happen.
Yeah, Senator Allen really ran with that. You also have some other, Elliott Jones is another one.
Elliott Jones is under construction. We finished Hanson, which is 1,000 CFS. It'll pump 1 million gallons every 2 minutes and 15 seconds. This is the sister pump station to it. It's under construction. It'll be completed in about 10 months, and it is actually under construction. It's closer towards Gibson from where Hanson is, and that is funded $10 million from the state and $4 million from the people of Terrebonne. Hanson is $14 million totally by the people of Terrebonne Parish.
And
that's completed.
Now, what's going on with the 4,000 acre retention? How's that working?
That is the Bayou Cane. That we just received our mitigation. We have about $1.4 million in mitigation. See, Mom, when we build things, we have to mitigate, as you well know, for the wetland impact. So we're gonna spend $1.4 million. And this is 100% funded by the people of Terrebonne Parish. This is it's about a $10 million project, but $1.4 million of it is we got to pay for mitigation, which we shouldn't have to. This is an environmental project, but this is to stop the waters that's coming from Lafourche, Shreve, and Gray and trying to get into Bayou Terrebonne and Whiskey Bayou. This will stop it. It consists of a pump station, a 450 CFS pump station, and a ring levee around it with automatic gates to allow the water after the rain event is over with to drain.
We talk about how Ida made us change from water to wind, although we did have a lot of rain with Ida, but man, we're getting so much more protection from water. This year's hurricane season, we close now. We close. Now, we can't put a dome over us for wind, but God, we're so much further ahead.
But Martin, imagine we were 28 days without electricity. We started getting electricity 14 to 28 days. Imagine if we hadn't put on them old pump stations, 24 generators that was never on before. The flooding you would have had just from the rain. I mean, we had 15 to 20 inches of rain. Plus, we added 30 new pump stations in the last 6 years since I've been in office. Before that, a pump station wasn't added for 15, 20 years. Nobody ever added a pump station. So we can handle rain now. We've got the rain. We still got a couple of pump stations to finish up, but we can handle the rain. Now we have to start lifting levees. And of course, you know, the Corps, the federal government to the Corps gave $379 million to build 2 big floodgates in the Intercoastal Canal.
Amen.
Amen. We worked a long time on that.
Amen.
And, you know, my hat's off to Tony Alford, Reggie Dupre, and if I name everyone, I'd forget someone, but there's a lot involved. But we really worked hard. Our federal delegation, Garrett Graves and Steve
And real
Scalise
quick,
and
thanks
Kennedy.
to the governor, because he's been
Bill Cassidy.
invested in us too, Governor John Bell.
John Bell been there every step of every foot of the way. Bobby Jindal was, and before him, bless her soul, Governor Kathleen Blanco, who passed away. She's where we started at, you know.
Remember, she appeared on the Time for Action. Y'all were all speaking that night, and she graciously came and did a good job. We're going to take a break. When we come back, a lot more. Find the other segment. We're going to be talking about the bicentennial, which is a big thing. We'll talk with the parish president about the bicentennial.